Hey guys, welcome to Around the Nimbus, episode 9, I believe it is. And let me make sure I got all settings correct right here for you. 1 second. Really should have this earlier. Alright. So, I believe you guys should be able to hear me fairly decently now. Alright. So, Goku of Light, your host as always. You should know if you're on my channel or if you're just here kicking it. I'm gonna send some. If you've ever been here, usually I spend the first minute or two just sending some links out. So just give me a second. I'm gonna drop some links just in case some people want to come. Now I haven't done one of these live streams in quite a while, so I'm not really sure if anybody's gonna come. To be honest, if they don't, that's quite all right. I have a few things I'll talk about myself, anyways, and if a few people do come and ask a few questions, then I'll be sure to answer them. So let me start posting these links everywhere. Right. All right, so we should be good about now. All right, so today's stream is pretty much just to focus on chapter 803 and kind of predicting the future. I'm going to try to make this video about 20-30 minutes, so we'll kind of just take our time thoroughly going through the chapter, and then we'll go for some predictions. Now, going into the very beginning of the chapter, we basically just get to see Luffy depart from the rest of his now assembled crew, or not even. Well, he already has his crew, but really just his fleet, I guess you could say. Really just his army now, just the Luffy alliance, quote unquote. So we see him departing ways with them going to fucking climbing this elephant. And a lot of the mystery is gonna come here. Just about anybody else, from one of the lot of legends, and if you go back to a chapter 480 something or 90 something, I can't really remember what it is exactly. They talk about how people disappear and people that go this way never come back and all that. So expect a lot of mystery. I'm expecting a little bit more, I guess you could say, mysticism in a way, just random things we wouldn't normally see. So I think that should be interesting, especially including the Minkmen. I expect the Minkmen to be some kind of almost cursed to a degree. I mean, maybe that they're the stolen race of people, similar to fishmen, but I also think that maybe they might have been a curse, maybe type of humans that were turned into them. Who knows? I feel like there's a real big reason why they've been kept out of the story this whole entire time. I feel like either A, they're going to reveal something that connects the past, or B, they're going to help us figure something out that has to do with the future. But I think they're really relevant to the plot. And I think that we're going to get a lot of the if you watched any of my previous videos leading up to this, you would know that I'd said a lot that Minkmen, would be coming up real soon, especially going into the Kaido arc. And so that being said, it really looks like we're getting that with the last couple chapters. We've seen everything we've seen with Sanji and his group 2 or 3 chapters ago. So now going back into the current chapter 803, one thing that I like about One Piece overall is with all the different complexity of the storyline and all the different things they're going at you, they always maintain a certain amount of comedy or things that you could really just really like about the show, give you a few laughs here and there. And I had a lot of laughs during the opening parts of this chapter, moments where you have like Robin, where she's just so cute. I always have this mindset, or maybe this I don't know what you would call it, but I always think that Robin is so that cat lady. You know what I mean? Just the crazy lady with cats. That's fucking Robin. She's the weird one. Gotta love Robin though. I honestly still like Nami a bit more though. I know there's gonna be some of you out there that comment below oh man, fuck you. You guys love Robin, but I'm more of a Nami kind of guy. More Nami Swan. So continuing forward, I thought it was really epic how Bartolomeo went through all that stuff to have a shrine and all this different stuff set up to Luffy. and his crew, and like how he wanted the signatures and all that other stuff. It's kind of cool. Like a lot of people predicted that Usopp would be the one to really tell the story of the Straw Hats, but I really think it could just as easily be Bartolomeo, or however you say his name. I struggle with some of the names, especially when I take breaks from the series, to be honest. Some of the side characters, their names aren't as irrelevant to me. But, if you didn't know, I've taken a break from One Piece for about a couple weeks. Aside from reading the chapters, I always read the chapters every week. I just haven't been heavy on the content like I was. But this stream kind of marks the beginning of me doing a lot more content, which will include theories, more discussions, things like that. I'm going to put out as many videos as I can this week. There's not really going to be a set mark, just as many as I can do. So look forward to the One Piece content. So anyways, going a little bit forward, I'll probably do another live stream too with more people, but I kind of just wanted to start off by myself, just get back into the swing of things. Now, going forward, Monkey D. Dragon. So, obviously everybody knows that Monkey D. Dragon is the leader of the Revolutionary Army. I feel like we're getting ready to see a lot of the Revolutionary Army, or at least what they have in store. Because we have Koala talking to him, and he talks about summoning the leaders of all the Revolutionary armies scattered across the globe. And at the same time, we have Blackbeard preparing to fight them. So I feel like this has the making of a really fucking epic war. And honestly, I feel like it'd be a good way to pull away from the main story, the main continuity of everything that's going on with Luffy and all that stuff. If we kind of just step away from that a little bit, let's give them time to grow. Like if we put them in somewhere like Zao or just wherever they're gonna be, and kind of just let that story kind of just build off of imagination for a bit. Like obviously we don't want the story to kind of just solve itself without us seeing it, but kind of just put that on pause and focus a lot of the story on Blackbeard and his crew and everything that's been happening with Monkey D. Dragon. Because, I feel like me included with this certain maybe a minority of people, our favorite characters aren't always going to be the Straw Hats. Mine personally was always Ace. And then aside from Ace, I really like Monkey D. Dragon. I like everything that has to do with Blackbeard and all that stuff. So I would love to see this battle. Like if we just get like a good 20-30 chapters just focused on this battle, that'd be fucking epic. Obviously that's like hoping for a lot. I'm not sure exactly how that'll happen. And off topic for a second, I seen a video that Zoro fanboy did, basically saying that like Oda should take a break. Basically that he thinks that it would be better for the quality of the story if Oda takes a break and just kind of gets himself together. And I agree. Everything with like the writer, I think his name's Takashi, I believe is how you say his name, the guy that did Hunter x Hunter and all that stuff like that. How he just takes these huge, tremendous breaks and nobody really does anything about it. It's like I think someone like Oda that really deserves it should just get a break. I don't even think it should be like a whole thing where like he has to make excuses and all this other stuff. I feel like Shonen Jump should just give it to him. He works hard and he's probably the biggest moneymaker they have by far. And if his health is just that big of an issue, where we're seeing a repeated pattern of him taking like a week break, like every 3 to 4 weeks, like maybe he should just take a month off and get himself together. And I feel like it would overall help the quality of the story. Think about if you were like writing one of the biggest like money makers out there or quality stories out there and felt like you were writing it week to week, because like we've heard things where he's talked about how he has the last chapter and the last arc plan, but the adventure of how we're going to get there is being written week to week. So I feel like the quality of that could go a lot further if it wasn't being rushed so much. You know what I mean? I honestly like think how many times like you came up with an idea and if you went back and could redo it, how much better it could be. So I really feel like that could be the case with a lot of these different things. I'm not hating on it. Obviously I love One Piece, but I felt like we were in Dressrosa way too long. And I feel like that had a lot to do with the fact that he didn't know exactly where we were going yet. Like we were going in circles in Dressrosa, or just stalling the scenario a lot longer than we really needed it to be while he was figuring this next part out. And so I don't want to be stuck like in Zao forever or some other thing similar to this while we're waiting for him to figure the next part of it out. So I feel like to get like a really good quality pacing, it should be set at a different tone. So, that's me personally. So, okay. And so let's hop back right into the chapter. And so one of the things I thought was epic going into like page 11 was when we start seeing the Blackbeard ships. You know, we start seeing more of his captains. You know what I mean? Um, it's like Yonko Blackbeard. Like he's just been put on such a whole nother pedestal. Like they've recognized Blackbeard as how dangerous as he really is, and really to see, I think like the progression or development of Blackbeard is pretty huge. I mean, honestly, I mean, given like he may not be the most developed character, but he's transcended where he was at and where he wanted to be pretty far, you know. And obviously he has way bigger goals because being a Yonko doesn't really appear to be like that much of a satisfaction for him, or to be like, I feel like his end game in any way. I feel like obviously he wants to be the king of the pirates, and he has like that whole mindset too. So it's real interesting to see how he's going to try to use the foothold of the Yonko to achieve the king of pirates. Maybe he knows something we don't know. You know, the thing that I feel like is a real clue to something that we just don't really understand yet is the picture of him as a child where he's so sad looking at the moon. I feel like that's huge. Like I've never really completely grasped what it means yet, but I feel like that's something that, you know, we're all missing. There's something there going on with Blackbeard. Now, you know, and if you're watching this video, obviously I expect most people, anyone that watches this on my channel, to be watching it later on. You're not going to be watching it live. You'll be watching the rebroadcast off my channel, and that's fine. So if you feel the same about anything I'm saying, comment below. Let me know. You know, I love interaction. I love commenting. And if you have ideas for future videos, be sure to comment those below too. If there's any ideas for videos that you haven't seen done, like you're constantly watching One Piece content from other YouTubers, but you don't see the videos done you want, then comment below and I'll try to do some of them. So let's check this out. Now, another big thing that I thought was epic was Buggy. Like Buggy's becoming such a like a fucking like unique character in his own degree. Like he's built so much off of hype, and basically the ability to sway others. And you know what's funny is like people may like underrate that ability, but that was really remarked as Luffy's greatest ability, was his ability to bring people to his side and his friends. And while Buggy may not be doing it through like a demeanor of friendship, he is swaying people to be on his side and to really like help him accomplish his goals and his dreams. So, you know, it's kind of funny parallel to the main character if you really think about it. Oh, and then, you know, one thing that I thought was really funny is it's just like going into the very end of the chapter, how they just like they include something about ninjas. Like little by little, we see trickles of like, I would say, well, just like the Japanese culture like brought in. We have the samurais, now we're gonna get ninjas, and who knows what else we'll get. You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. And you know, I guess now that we've kind of finished breaking up the chapter and everything that we read over the last chapter, let's kind of look at like what we think are the possibilities going into next week, or not next week, but the next issue, because obviously we're on break. But that's why I kind of waited like over a week to do this live stream, because the next issue should be coming out in a few days, I believe. So let's see. Going into 804, you know, the fact that we got like the reveal of the ninja thing, I would kind of like to see something like about that, but I don't really know what to expect. I noticed something was flying at them out of the sky. Obviously, it said something's falling down from above. Somebody stated that, and then you see it in the thing. He turns around with his big eyes. So obviously, you know, just about anybody should have noticed that. And so really predicting what's falling out of the sky at them. You know, just random prediction. Maybe it's a person. You know, maybe people are getting thrown off this island. Maybe that's why they disappear. Maybe if you like break some set of rules, like it's real strict there. I don't know exactly. You know, maybe the mink men are real prejudiced against people. You know, maybe there's tons of mink men there, and they constantly capture people and throw them away. Maybe this is a territory of Kaido's. You know, maybe that's like Kaido's people are throwing people off. You're not allowed to be in Kaido's territory or something. I don't really know exactly. There's so many random possibilities of what could be flying at them. Honestly, like, we know Sanji's people were on that island, so for all we know, it could be easily one of them, like, desperately running towards them. But I highly doubt that would make any sense. So, I mean, honestly, I don't really know what to expect. What I would say would make the most sense, just like kind of spitballing, would be maybe a Minkman. Maybe a Minkman is going to fall down towards them and join their group. And this is how we'll really get a connection to the Zhao people and their island. And the person that's a Minkman, this new character that'll be introduced to the story, could be that girl that we seen hiding behind that tree. It will, if you remember when we last seen Sanji. And if that's who it is, and I think that character will kind of tell us that she's seen Sanji, and she'll try to lead Luffy and the group towards finding Sanji. Maybe Sanji's captured, maybe he's not. Either or. I think that the little girl Minkman that we've seen will be a good connection to what happens next in the story, and kind of giving us like a bit of what's going on. She seemed real timid, and she really seemed like the kind of person that would hang out with the crew. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at with that scenario. You know, let me know what you guys think. Comment below. What do you think is flying at them? Do you think it's a Minkman? Do you think it's something else? What kind of things could it be in any kind of possibility? Let's see. Now let's look at everything with Blackbeard and the Monkey D Dragon. So how would you guys expect this to kind of play out, or how would you even expect that it could play out? Like, for example, do you think that Blackbeard himself is going to show up real soon, like with the rest of his crew, and they're all going to try to attempt to take on them face to face? Or do you think that's foolish in any way for Blackbeard to try to take on the Revolutionaries? Do you think the Revolutionaries are just way OP? Like, they're probably a lot stronger than Blackbeard's crew and the Yonkos or whatever you like, you know, his whole entire, like, his whole fleet in a sense? Or do you think that we're gonna see them try to pull more of like an espionage kind of secret thing and like steal some weapons and some things without them knowing? While I do think it's possible, it really doesn't seem like their style, I guess you could say, to be so slick or to be so methodical. I really see them more as the brutish type that kind of just takes what they want, like really like an old-fashioned style of pirate that kind of just does what they want and takes what they want, and if they die, they die kind of thing. So I expect to see like an epic battle more than like a scenario of them sneaking around and trying to like steal from them without them knowing. I expect more of them to try to take something from them. And I feel like this can be a really big incident in one way or another. Like, it's either A, going to really show us, it's going to showcase how epic Monkey D Dragon really is. Like, if he just easily just dispatches them like it's nothing while everybody else has been struggling with the Blackbeard pirates. Or if the Blackbeard pirates somehow succeed over him and start stealing from him, that's a really big feat to really like defeat Monkey D Dragon, who's considered the most dangerous man or the most wanted man by the world government. So how do you guys really predict that that's going to go? You know, comment below and give me your ideas. Like, do you think that Blackbeard can beat him? Do you think Monkey D Dragon is going to wipe the floor with him? And then on top of that, what do you expect to see with everything that we've seen with the Kid Alliance and them wanting to approach Shanks and everything that we last seen with him and Kaido and stuff like that? Do you think that we're going to kind of just skip past that? Like, do you think when we see Kid and them again, they'll be like somewhere far gone away from Kaido and they'll kind of flash back on the incident? Or do you think that when we go back to them, we're going to see face to face what happens, like firsthand, like what they're going to do in that situation? Do you feel like they're going to be met with some kind of dramatic situation? Like, how do you expect that to go? And on top of that, if you've ever seen any of my other videos about like X Drake, do you expect him to take over the underworld soon? Now with Doflamingo captured and Kaido really needing someone to be in charge of the underground, who do you think will step up? Out of the 13 supernovas, obviously I feel like a few of them need to be taking like more of a anti-hero or villainous spots in the world. So who do you expect to see step into those slots? Like, give me your opinions. I expect to see X Drake become in charge of the underworld, but that's just me. That's just one of my predictions. And so this has been Goku of Light, and this has been around the Nimbus, episode 9, chapter 803. Let me know if you guys enjoy these, if you guys want me to start doing these weekly again like I used to. If you really don't care, if, yada, yada, yada. Just comment below and let me know what you guys think. I enjoy doing them. I haven't had much time, but I think I can start fitting them into my schedule now. I would like probably to start doing a couple live streams once a week, and then probably working on also doing content for 7 Deadly Sins again and One Piece. So let me know what you guys think about those ideas. Comment below. You guys have a great one.